morning. Oh, that was a great good morning. All right. On behalf of the Fellowship Board of Directors, I want to welcome everyone gathered here and online. Hello, online folks. Whether it's your first time here or you've been here for years and years, we're delighted to have you with us. Now, the best way for newcomers to get more information is to sign our virtual guest book, either via the QR code on your bulletin or at the welcome table out in the fireside room. Feel free to stick around for coffee and conversation after the service, and online folks, just stay in your room and you'll have conversation as well. And now for our announcements. Next Sunday's service, we will have a blessing of the backpacks. So please bring your backpack, lunch bag, briefcase, laptop bag, or whatever bag fits your life. Everyone of every age is invited and encouraged to participate. Those joining us online should also have bags to hand to receive the blessing. And also today, our Social Justice Circle will gather briefly at 11:30 in room 3. Everyone is welcome. Glad to have you with us.
These are the words of Unitarian Universalist minister Linda Barnes, a beloved former minister of this congregation. Suspended between all that was and all that might be, we struggle to find this very moment, to live this very moment. Let us sit together for a moment and savor this moment. Let us relish this between time where past meets future. Let us harbor a faith that reminds us that right here, right now, is enough. Come, let us gather in fellowship. We say words of chalice lighting to begin our service, and I invite those at home who might wish to light a candle along with us as we all say these words together. We light our chalice in the spirit of peace. Fierce and loving, we share a commitment to meet this moment of existential crisis together. And now we're going to stand and sing number 298 in the Gray Songbook. The lyrics will show up here. All the verses of Wake Now My Senses.
Creation.
what a good congregational choir we have here today. It just so happens that today rehearsals for Fellowship Voices start up again. You can do that in a really well-directed way, too. Is that right here in this space after?
Yes, 11:15.
11:15, get some coffee. Right, good. Thank you, Madison. We are so lucky to have a guest preacher with us today, and I mean preacher in the way of preacher. Reverend Derail Holcomb, or Rev D, as is just right, is a barefoot preacher. He told me that his shoes come off when he preaches, and that's how we know we are standing on holy ground. That's where we're standing on holy ground. Reverend D comes to us from Miami by way of Pittsburgh. He's a graduate of Pittsburgh Theological Seminary and frequently preaches at the congregation where Mark and Terry attend in Miami in the months of the year when you're there. So thank you for introducing and bringing Reverend Derail up here to us. We are delighted and honored by your presence today, your message of inclusivity, of justice, of love, and looking forward to how we can be together in a new way. So welcome here to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Ames. And I believe you have a word for our young ones.
Yes, I do.
So any young or young at heart who would like to come forward and have a little message, Reverend Derail's going to bring the word.
Come on, friends, those who are with us, come on to the carpet. And there's some young at heart. If you feel young at heart, come to the carpet too. Oh, wait, let me hit the mic. Are we on? There we go. I got some young at heart. All right, there we are. All right. Hey, friends. Hello, everyone. All right. Guess what we're talking about today? You know, cats? Well, I don't know how I'm going to spin this one. Well, you know what? One thing about cats, what do you realize about cats? What do cats do? As little as possible. Okay, I like that. Whatever they want. Okay.
Try to get into the house when they're out.
They're trying to get in the house, right? You know, one of the things that I heard that cats do, they relax. They're present. They're present for today. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Being present and being in the moment. Because guess what cats don't worry about? The future. Neither do they worry about the past. They're present in the moment. How are you present in the moment? How are you like a cat? I am a cat. I like that. Me too. What about you? Or like cats? Or what do you do to be present in the moment? Like, what do you do to be here? I am. I'm with that. I am. Just be. I'm just am, you know? And that's the most important thing for all of us. To just be present. To be present with your friends. To be present with your family. To be present with all people and all humanity. I love that. That's what we're supposed to do. To gather, because it's about community and it's about togetherness. And so that's what our conversation is going to be on today. So, this is our time of conclusion, and we are going to sing the children out. All right, congregation? Let's do it.
Well, we believe in sharing, being present and sharing. both within and beyond our walls. And to that end, each week when we gather, we take a collection, and half of our non-pledge offering goes out to organizations that share our values. So that's what we're going to do right now, is give and receive our offering. This month, the entire month of August, we are giving half of our non-pledge offering to Home Allies. This organization that was created in 2021 responds to the dire shortage of affordable housing in Ames. They really assist those folks who live below 50% of the average median income of Story County and whose life histories may have made them unappealing as tenants to landlords. You know, sometimes people make choices that are the only choices they have, and that makes it difficult sometimes later in life to be a desirable tenant. So they follow this housing first philosophy, providing stable long-term homes to people who are experiencing chronic or catastrophic life situations, so they can focus on alleviating those and overcoming other challenges. And of course, the other half of our offering stays here in our fellowship to help make this a robust place of community for us here, our programming here, and beyond these walls. So we're going to pass the basket here in Fellowship Hall, but for anyone at home or with a smartphone, you can give at our website, www.uufames.org/give, to make your contribution today or any day, anytime you think of it. And if you're visiting today, please know that your presence here is gift enough. And I think we have something quite special. In all my years of being in churches, never have I heard a hurdy-gurdy as the offertory. So Elijah, bring it, please. Not only does he play it, he built it. A hurdy-gurdy. Though I'm told if you build it, it makes it a nerdy-gurdy. When we gather, we take some time both to laugh, to appreciate the talents among us, to share quiet, joy, and reflection, and to share our burdens together, because we are community, because our community grows, and because we can hold what we need to hold together. Today we hold the family of John Bagoon in tender care. John died peacefully on Tuesday, August 12th, after a long illness. John and Kay are members here. Kay is a member here, and Kay, we're glad to have you with us today. They were also members of the Ashland, Wisconsin congregation for many, many years. A celebration of John's life will be held here at the fellowship on Saturday, September 20th at 2 p.m. Kay, Amy, Judy, Drew, Jeff, and all family, our hearts are with you. Here's a note from Susan Harper. This week contained both joy and sorrow in one event. Last Sunday, a right-wing organization published a video of me from last year, of Susan from last year, which was taken without her consent. They edited the video to make it look as though she were planning to break the new anti-DEI law in Iowa, a law that had already taken her job and her beloved LGBTQ center at ISU. She went to bed on Sunday night, sure she would lose her job the next day, and filled with sorrow and rage at the continuing fascist attacks on education and on queer people. That's real. Hidden in this situation, however, was an unexpected joy. Susan continues, not only did I not lose my job, but my administration fought hard for me to stay at the university. Even more, I had expressions of love and support from friends across the country, and especially here in Ames, some from this very congregation. In the 3 years I've been in Ames, I've sometimes struggled to find my place and to feel seen. Having my community circle up around me in a dark hour has been a blessing and a joy. Thank you. Susan, we are so glad that you and Stephanie are a part of this congregation, and we've got your back. These lovely flowers here today and a card has been prepared for Lynn Van Valen. Lynn has been a longtime member of our Caring Network team. And if you've gotten a card from the Caring Network, chances are good Lynn may have sent it. She has for many, many years organized sending our cards out to people. And she's decided to let that opportunity pass to someone else. So we are saying much gratitude to Lynn for your longtime service, and these flowers are yours to take later. And if you see Lynn today, or anytime, give her love and thanks, and maybe send a card. Let's take a moment of shared quiet, and into this space, lift up the names of individuals or groups that you are holding on your heart today.
Roger. Dustin.
The people of Ukraine. People of Gaza. Trans folks. The pain of the world is great, and so is the beauty. Let us hold it all, ever expanding our hearts to hold it all. Let's sing together, Spirit of Life, one time through.
This is a reading, and the title of this reading and this poem takes an account of the mother of Jesus, Mary, but uses it more in a modern context. Hear these words with me. In a country called America, so long ago, a divine being who is unnamed came to bestow a message of hope to beautiful human, being represented in the community with popularity and great respect. Good day, the divine being said. You're beautiful, inside and out, in every way. God, life, love, favor is with you. Fear not, for a surprise awaits you. You shall bear a promise. This promise will be great indeed, the highest of all promises, fulfilling a noble creed and the kingdom of love. The kingdom of love, the promise shall inherit, and this kingdom of love shall reign with no end or merit. Of course, being human and perplexed, the person wondered, how could this promise be? For you see, there's nothing special about me, but oh, you are kind. The divine Spirit reassured them. The Holy Spirit, love, will come upon you, and you will live and exist in power and bear witness to what is promised. These and all people will bear witness to what comes. The LGBTQ plus community, black and brown bodies, people dealing with illnesses and war and violence and hatred, persons who are once called barren, but now you carry a promise. The divine being also reassured this human that not every society will think you are large as you are, but you are. Because nothing is impossible with God. With divine interventions, miracles are framed. Shout out to Elijah, y'all. I bring you greetings all the way from Miami, Florida, the beautiful Miami, Florida, which I will talk about it later. This is a story called, and some of you may have heard it before, a story called, I don't know what the title of it, but we'll go for it. This is the story of a general. And we are talking about some elements of cat-like attributes today, all right? Love the children's sermon. Listen, I go with them, always. I believe in going with the kiddos, all right? If the kiddos say we talking about cats, we talking about cats. All right, we're going to make it happen. Hear these words as it relates to the general. In ancient times, there was a general, a commander of a ferocious army, successful and glorious army. He lived almost his entire life on the battlefield, not just commanding battles, but carrying them in his bones. He had seen the way dust clings to skin after the march. He felt a copper scent of blood in the air. He had known the way of silence and how it falls in the moment between trumpet sounding and the first sword that swings. He lived through tense nights, impossible odds, unthinkable grief, and he watched comrades fall. He walked past towns where roofs were burned, water poisoned, futures stolen. And yet, there was one thing that the general did that bothered people. The general slept well every night. Slept well. Whether they were outnumbered or outarmed, whether the enemy was a small rebel force or the most fearsome power in the land, that man slept. The army assistant was perplexed, and how could someone carry the weight of hundreds of lives and yet lay their heads on a pillow without losing fear? So one night before a great battle, the assistant finally asked, "Sir, how can you sleep so peacefully every night?" While half of the army stays awake with tension, and when people are in our camp and whispering prayers and to the dirt because sleep won't come, and they're bothered, they're worried. The general smiled. And the general said, "If I don't sleep tonight, I might miss the last good sleep I'll ever have." You see, the general went on, "I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I may be killed. I may lose everything. And if that happens, I'll never get another peaceful night. So tonight, I give myself the gift of rest. I face the next day knowing that whatever happens, I came into it the best I knew how." And with that, good night. Unitarian Universalism invites us to understand and hold and embrace the mystery, to hold the uncertainty in one hand and hope in the other, to accept that we cannot see the entire map and yet we walk forward anyway. Between stimulus and response, there is space. We don't always need to define God or love or spirituality to trust. We don't need all the answers to live the questions well. Faith in the UU tradition is not about certainty, it's about choosing to live as if compassion and empathy can still win. Y'all, this church, shout amen. The general story is a reminder that sometimes the bravest act is not charging into the unknown, but resting in the present now so that you can have strength for in the morning. Friends, our battlefields may not look like those of ancient times, but they are real. We live in a world where war still tears families apart. Gaza in Ukraine and Sudan, where refugees wait at borders, carrying both trauma of what they've left and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. That's living in the mystery. We live in a nation where political discourse is poisoned, where rights are stripped from queer and trans neighbors, where books are banned and they're trying to erase history. And have y'all seen our... Derail, stick with your sermon. Come on. Where you going? Whew. All right. We see the planet itself. We see the planet itself, wildfires in Canada, floods in Iowa, scorching summers that kill crops and elders alike. We say we love Mother Earth and while we drain her dry. We live in a culture of endless scrolling and constant alerts where news cycles never breathe, where it's far too easy to forget joy. And it's far too easy to be irresponsible and not take accountability. We have politicians, I'm on my soapbox. We have politicians and leaders that won't take accountability. And that is not what love and life and liberty has called us to. We have to stand with the oppressed. We have to stand with the marginalized. And if y'all ever was a Christian, guess what? The Bible does tell you to be good to foreigners because you were once a foreigner in a strange land. Maya Angelou writes this, "I may be called many things, but I do not have to be reduced by them." We cannot always control the outcome of tomorrow's battle, but what we can do is decide how we're going to live out today. The best way to face what's next is to inhabit the now, to care for your body and your mind as an act of resistance. That's how you stand against those who are oppressing people who are on the margins. You care for your body. Being present and being in the now. The body keeps the score. Really, I would recommend that book. If The Body Keeps the Score. Who's the author? There we go. Somebody got the Holy Ghost. All right. I would recommend that book and that reading. It is awesome because a lot of times our body maintains a trauma that's still here and still within our being. I want to speak especially to those who are on the margins, the queer and teens wondering if they belong. The immigrant facing suspicion. The person with a chronic illness who feels invisible. The black and brown body still carrying the generational memory of being treated as nothing. Peace is yours too. You have the right to joy right here. You have the right to dance in the flowers in this moment. So here's my question. What keeps you up at night? A decision for your family? A medical diagnosis? A bill you may not know how to pay? The fear of failure? The weight of leading others while sometimes you're still bleeding yourself? What church? What denomination? What preacher? Do I even believe in God? What do I believe? Do you replay conversations wondering if you said too much or not enough? I do. Do you read news headings at 1 a.m., feeling the tension in your chest, but telling yourself, just one more scroll? Do you end your night with TikTok and YouTube and social media? I do. What if the invention of today is to stop? Not to stop caring, but to stop worrying. To live your life knowing that love has the future and that it will be all right. Like cats, present in the moment. Rest, rest, rest. Rest is powerful because you know what rest does? Rest restores. Rest heals. Rest envelops all of us. We all need rest, even God. I mean, God took a break after creation. Y'all remember? That's what they say. Y'all, it's a joke, okay? It's a joke. Ooh, all right, people. You know, but worry drains. Worry drains us. And so here's what we do. Turn off the news sometimes. Turn it off. Not to deny reality, but to protect your spirit from constant assault. Turn off the news. Put your phone down an hour before bed and let your mind settle. Put your phone down an hour before bed. And I know some of y'all like, I don't know if I could do that. I really think so. I'm on Facebook and I don't know. Walk outside. Notice a tree that's been standing longer than the latest crisis. Or maybe pray. And if you don't pray, meditate. And if you don't pray, and if you don't meditate, I know what you can do, and what you do, breathe. Uh-oh. Just breathe. And remember, you're not called to lead and bleed without end. Some will say, but we can't rest now. There's so much to do and so much going on. And I say, exactly, that's why we need to rest. Because revolutions aren't just sustained by burnout. Because hope needs strong bodies and clear minds. Because self-care is not selfish, it's survival. And in the UU way, we say survival is sacred. Every life matters. And guess what? Yours matter too. In this space, as we prepare to go to the next space, ready or not, say to yourself, I'm ready. How do I ready myself? Go to bed. Go to bed. Ready not because we've prepared for every possibility. Ready because we've given ourselves the gift of this moment, fully lived, fully alive, fully present, and fully in love. What's next is the mystery, is the unknown. But the mystery is not emptiness, it's possibility. It's the space where hope breathes. Go forth from here and live in the now, ready to live out loud, ready to fight injustice, ready to have your hope restored. Rest, because tomorrow you'll need rest again. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. I love a barefoot preacher. That's it. We are going to stand in a moment, rise in body or spirit, and sing number 348, Guide My Feet. But before we sing that song, I want to say a word about the context of this song. It comes from, the lyrics come from the lament of Psalm 119. It's a long lament of a song. And so it was a prayer in the African American tradition, the spiritual tradition. And the lyric has a bit of ableism in it. Guide my feet while I run this race. It is not ours to change this song. It is, however, ours to name that when we know better, we do better. And we name that there is some ableism here. So to the extent that you want to incorporate that and just feel it, that I'm not saying we need to do anything different, but just be aware of it. Not everyone can walk and run a race. So this is a metaphor, and we know that it may not be as accessible to everyone as a metaphor. With that being said, let's sing this prayerfully. Please rise in body or spirit. extinguish our chalice here in Fellowship Hall. And folks and friends online, I invite you to extinguish yours as well as we all say these words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We always close with gratitude for the people who help make Sunday morning happen, our musicians, Amber Anderson and Elijah Umba. Thank you. Thank you. Our tech team, Titus Klinge and Melissa Neeson. Our facilitator, Kitty Fisher, fresh off the senior variety show. Congratulations on a good show. And of course, our gifted speaker, Reverend Derail Holcomb. You'll stick around a little bit and let the people's love up on you. That's what we like to do. Gratitude to all our greeters and coffee servers and treat bringers and cleanup crew. You all help make Sunday morning special here. I was going to close with the words of Cole Arthur Riley, but because you talked about rest, I use my phone, and I'm switching to the words of Tricia Hersey with her Rest is Resistance, a manifesto. She says, loving ourselves and each other deepens our disruption of the dominant systems. Loving ourselves and each other deepens our disruption of the dominant systems. They want us unwell, fearful, exhausted, and without deep self-love, because we are easier to manipulate when we are distracted by what is not real or true. Let us rest as resistance. Blessed be, amen, and go in peace.